if anything is to happen on that flight,
Mhm.
you're prepared in terms of an
As
emergency.
as prepared as possibly can be.
Welcome to another edition. I'm happy today.
You
Stephanie's
sound it.
back.
Yes.
Finally.
Yes.
Oh, we
La
missed.
vida, la vida.
Oh, we missed her.
Life is life.
Oh, yes. So we're happy to be here with you on another episode of our podcast series here today.
Mhm.
Happy belated Father's Day.
Thank
How
you.
did you spend your Father's Day?
You you know what? It's funny because my kids took me out for an early Father's Day, and I got a golf shirt
ah,
and
look at that.
and a Blue Jays T-shirt.
Ah,
And the reason that they took me out early is because of the fact that I'll be in Vancouver for the Canadian Institute of Financial Planners annual conference.
You're a busy man.
I'm a busy
You
man.
get around the place.
No comment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said your early Father's Day gift. You
Mhm.
said you're going to be traveling
Mhm.
to BC,
Mhm.
or you're going to be there Father's Day weekend.
Mhm.
So in terms of your preparations
Mhm.
for that, if anything is to happen on that flight,
Mhm.
you're prepared in terms of an
As
emergency.
as prepared as possibly can be.
Mhm.
Yeah, that definitely. I mean, we could take it from Stephanie
Right.
in terms of the need. I mean, we always harp about having an emergency fund.
Yeah.
The reason Stephanie was away for a few weeks, which seems like a few years to
I
us,
know.
right? Was the fact that she had a family emergency that she
Mhm.
had to rush back to Colombia. Now, this wasn't budgeted.
Mhm.
Right. Her family member was typically in good health, so it's not
Yeah.
something that they thought was going to happen. And then boom, we need to find money to get on the
Travel.
airplane, to get lodging, and
Yeah.
so on and so forth. Thank God that she does listen to our podcast and set money aside for an emergency fund, and she happened to use that emergency fund too, to visit her family member. And the positive thing is that
Everything is okay.
everything is okay
And
with
that
with
and
the
that's
family member.
and that's the important thing
Mhm.
in terms of having that emergency fund,
Mhm.
because life is so unexpected.
Mhm.
You're not sure what's
Mhm.
gonna happen.
Mhm.
You know, we don't want to harp on bad news, but we saw what happened to the airline in India,
India. Yeah,
right?
hearts goes to them. Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe now families
Mhm.
are left without the person who was the breadwinner for their
Mhm.
for their household. So
Mhm.
maybe having that emergency fund for them, they could tap into that until they get themselves back up on their feet.
You're absolutely right. And another component, I mean, I don't want to really harp upon that
Yeah,
because of the fact that it's still fresh with
yeah,
the Air India.
yeah,
But like you said, if you lost the main breadwinner,
yeah.
how's the family gonna go on? Hopefully, there's life insurance
Yeah.
that is available that will ensure that at least the family's goals
Right.
will live on because of the individual who took care of that prior to the flight.
And maybe this is the first time you're watching us here on this episode. So let's talk about how we set up that emergency fund.
Mhm.
So, how does the team here help you set up that emergency fund when necessary?
Yeah, so before even starting to investing,
Hmm.
typically you should put aside about 3 to 6 months, and I might even go even longer than
Yeah.
that, right? Because that emergency fund is typically in case you lose your job or you're disabled or some life event occurs. Typically, it'll take about 3 to 6 months to
Yeah.
get back onto your feet. So at least you've put money aside for that. So having said that, it has to be in liquid form,
Hmm.
easily accessible, not into the market. So we're
Yeah.
not taking any chances. So we're not really looking to double or triple our money. We just want to make sure that that money is there and
Hmm.
available and within reach. So we could definitely help you in terms of that while maximizing the amount of interest that you could potentially get.
So you setting aside that 6 maybe to 9 months now
Mm-hmm.
of emergency fund,
Mm-hmm.
and we've talked about reasons why,
Mm-hmm.
and you know Stephanie's example is just
Mm-hmm.
one of the many reasons why you
Mm-hmm.
should have an emergency fund.
Mm-hmm.
And you say accessible, so that means maybe putting it in a high interest savings account, whether you're buying a GIC in
Mm-hmm.
your TFSA,
Mm-hmm.
or you're just putting the cash into your
Exactly.
TFSA, or
Yeah.
something liquid
Yeah,
enough.
something like a redeemable
Yeah,
GIA, a money market
yeah,
fund,
yeah.
anything that's going to earn you, decent, nothing spectacular, but decent rate of return.
And you know you have this emergency fund for events like unexpected events, but also it can be a possibility where you have an emergency when it comes to, you know, the housing market is now accessible,
Mm,
maybe something you want to tap into a little bit of it, so you can have access to that fund as quickly as possible and then replenish it in the near future, you know.
that's next week. Real,
There you
real
go.
estate,
There-
maybe tapping into that. That's your
we're
segue.
giving them we're giving them a sneak peek of what we're going to talk about.
There
All
you
right,
go.
so this episode, if nothing you take away from it,
Mm.
take away the fact that I'm handsome, and take away
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
that's right, and also take away the
Yeah.
fact that you know having an emergency
Hmm.
fund is essential in
Hmm.
protecting yourself, but
Hmm.
also your loved ones when
Exactly.
needed. All right,
Exactly.
so thank you for watching this very important uh what do you call it? Very important
Message
a
or
message. No,
information.
what's the warning that they give you?
Travel warning?
No, not
No.
that. Not this important advisory.
Oh, okay. Oh, advisory.
Oh my God.
Advisory.
You can't depend on him for anything. All right, that's it for us today. We'll be back with a brand new episode. Thank you for watching and have a great one. Bye bye.